Hi, I'm Rebecca Newbern of the Richmond Grow Seed Lending Library, and this video is intended both for individuals as well as communities looking towards stewarding seeds for the future. One place that's a really good place to start is your purpose. Why are you saving seeds? Like what is the value for you? And that will help inform what varieties you choose. Also thinking about your land considerations and then having a plan to make sure that you cycle through your seeds so that you don't forget something that is important and rare, and then all of a sudden it's gone because it's no longer viable, which has almost happened to me. Hence the reason this video. So here we go, purpose. At Richmond Grows, we kind of made a commitment as a group that we were going to focus on trying to provide for food security and food access through unusual varieties. So maintaining biodiversity. Many people aren't aware that in the last 100 years, we've lost about 90+% of the varieties that used to be available. So the more we can do that in our personal collections, the more we can do that in our communities, the stronger and more resilient our communities will be. Not only that, but we'll have awesome flavors to share as well. You can also think about cultural things. And I'm going to just look at some of the things that I have, like my lettuce collection, and kind of going through what my thinking is. So I have a fairly large lettuce collection. This is just a small fraction of it. So I can't really commit to growing all of it. Even though I kind of cycle through and I grow everything every now and then. So I'm really looking at kind of fine tuning what I'm really willing to steward. So first off, I have this Macola that a friend of mine gave me, and it's a rare variety. It's, it grows and it's easy to grow and heat tolerant in summer. So I grew this one out. I liked it. It's unusual. So I'm like, that goes in my yes pile. The Crocoviensis, I got this from Seed Savers Exchange years ago. So it's kind of an unusual variety, not readily commercially available. I've been growing this since 2013. So I've kind of put this in my yes, I'm committing to growing this. This lettuce from Adaptive Seed, this Galice, I haven't grown it yet. So this is going into my trial section. So I'm going to grow it out. I might not even grow it out for seed this year, but I'm going to just grow it to see how I like it. And if I'm kind of yeah, put this in my yes pile. So this is an unknown, but I'm going to try it out. And then I will on occasions commit to something that's a little bit more common. So this is red sale. It just works really well in my garden. It's beautiful. So the aesthetic value is really high. It's a lot of lettuce. I mean, it's just really a productive plant for me, as well as having a high seed production. So this goes in my yes pile as well, because for those reasons. So it's good for you to think about what are your reasons for growing something? And it might vary also from species to species. For example, tomatoes, you're going to be taste might be, really high up there along with maintaining biodiversity. So thinking about what your reasoning is for saving things will help you to select varieties that work for both you and your community. Now, the next thing is really thinking about your land space. Even though lettuce might be this big when you grow it, when it goes to seed production, you're going to need more space than that, as well as sometimes you might have sacrificial plants, especially if you do things like crisp heads, because you can't eat them and also grow seed. So I tend to grow loose leaf lettuces and butter head lettuces because I can eat the leaves and get the seed production. Now I put together this chart. I will put down a more simplified version without all of my content on it, or maybe I'll give you both. But this is my lettuce one, and you can see I have put down ones in blue or ones that I'm committing to growing. What's nice about this is if you click on the link, it actually takes you to the label for it. So then it's easy to share with other people with all of the information that they need. So for example, here's the lettuce label. So you can get all the information you need from it. And then when I put my seeds in a jar, I print this out and I put a whole bunch of copies of this in the jar. So when people take the seeds, they go home with a high quality label as well. So these are the ones that I'm committing to grow. So once again, Grand Rapids is fairly common, but I just really, that one works for me a lot. And then you can see the orange ones are ones that I am trialing out. And then I kind of have this thing where I put down the years of when I'm growing it out. And you can kind of see, oh my goodness, here is this Yugoslavian red. I haven't grown it for a while. And The seed viability, some people like on this, the Seed Matters chart, which I will also put a link to, they say seed viability for lettuce is about 3 years. Seed Garden says about 6 years. Being that this is an unusual variety, I'm not going to take a risk of it, so I'm going to grow it out. So I'm putting it in red on my list to say make sure I commit to growing it out this year, because this is a high priority one in terms of maintaining this variety. So that's just kind of some of the thinking that I do in it. Once again, this is an evolving process in terms of how we in community do this. Really great to share your seeds and have backups, not only in your community, but also outside of your community. So really great to join not only your own local gardening club or participate in your own seed library, but also sharing things through exchanges such as Seed Savers Exchange and other tools such as that. So I hope this is helpful for you, and happy planting.